The race for the White House is now in high gear as the Republican National Convention moves into its third day, and the party is uniting behind former President Donald Trump. Good Day's Robert Moses is here now with what happened. Good morning, Robert.
Yeah, Dan, the Trump train, if you will, continues to roll down the tracks, that's for sure. Tonight, J.D. Vance will address the convention in his first speech since former President Donald Trump tapped him to be his running mate. Last night, one-time rivals of the former president threw their support behind him. Their endorsements served as a reminder that this is a party that revolves around one singular figure.
Donald Trump has my strong endorsement, period.
Rivals? What rivals? Nikki Haley, the last candidate to bow out of the Republican primary and one-time fierce critic of former President Donald Trump.
That's what you're going to get, is unhinged chaos.
Pledged her loyalty to him. So did some of his other vanquished primary opponents, like Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
My fellow Republicans, let's send Joe Biden back to his basement, and let's send Donald Trump back to the White House.
The former president looked on, a bandage still covering most of his right ear. Some of those who ran against him in 2016 expressed their support, too. Texas Senator Ted Cruz referenced Saturday's assassination attempt.
Let me start by giving thanks to God Almighty for protecting President Trump.
Another 2016 challenger, Florida Senator Marco Rubio, paid tribute to Corey Comparator, the former fire chief who died Saturday shielding his wife and daughter from the gunfire.
These are the Americans who wear the red hats and wait for hours under a blazing sun to hear Trump speak. And what they want, what they ask for, it is not hateful or extreme.
Earlier in the day, President Joe Biden returned to the campaign trail for the first time since the attempted assassination of his opponent. He addressed the NAACP convention in Las Vegas and acknowledged Saturday's violence, but
just because we must lower the temperature in our politics and relate to violence, it doesn't mean we should stop telling the truth.
The president then went on the offensive.
Well, here's the truth about why Donald Trump's presidency was held for Black America. His mismanagement of the pandemic was especially devastating to Black communities.
President Biden attacked former President Trump for claiming at their debate last month that illegal immigrants are taking, quote, black jobs.
Don't know what a black job is? It's the Vice President of the United States. She's not only a great Vice President, she could be President of the United States.
So, big question after the assassination attempt, will former President Trump see any kind of bump in the polls? And a recent poll is saying really the answer to that question so far is no. A new Reuters Ipsos poll following the attempted assassination has the former president leading President Biden 43% to 41% among registered voters. That's still within the margin of error, which is to say this remains a very close race. The survey also found that 80% of voters agree with the statement that the country is spiraling out of control. Dan?
All right, let's try to get things back on track. Robert, thank you very much.